Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So hopefully you saw that post on my channel before stopping by this live stream, because I will be opening all of these 8 cars in this live stream. I know it's pretty early, but to be honest, this is probably the only time that it'll happen today. So yeah, just checking stuff here really quickly. All right, well, let's get into it. Starting off with this really cool Fiat, the 1960s Fiat 500D Modification. Basically, I just call it a Aces Eye Hobbies. Hey, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Well, this is the would have been Super Treasure Hunt for 2024 E-Case. This is not the Super Treasure Hunt version in that really shiny gold color with the rubber tires, but yeah, it was the only one in that new Hot Wheels display thing, and I was actually the first one to it at the Walmart store yesterday, actually. So I was lucky enough to score some pretty cool stuff from that. But let's get into opening them, because that's what I was doing in this live stream. There it is, fully opened. I actually do not have this casting in my collection, because underneath it actually says this one came out in 2023. So apparently they made this car last year, or it's new for this year, and they just didn't put the new for 2024 stuff on the card. So I do believe this is a new casting for Hot Wheels this year, because I've never seen one previously, and I don't have one like this in my collection ever. So it must have been a new one, and they just forgot to put the new for 2024 thing on the card. But I guess the set it comes in, Compact Kings, isn't new, because Hot Wheels has done a Compact King series previously. So that's probably why they may not have done it on this one, because not every other car in that set was new for these 5 Compact King cars coming out this year. All right, next up, this is a brand new casting. You can easily tell that because it says new for 2024. This electric Chevrolet Silverado makes 700 plus horsepower, actually. It's not as much horsepower as those GMC EV truck things, or the GMC SUV as well. It's only 750 something horsepower, but it's a really nice blue. I mean, the blue on this electric Silverado is just really nice. It's a really nice shiny blue. It's not Spectra Flame, and therefore, because it's not Spectra Flame, it's not a Super Treasure Hunt. And you can easily tell because those tires, these tires and everything are not rubber, they're plastic. All right, next up, this one, I found 4 of them. I found 4 of this one at that display at the Walmart store yesterday. I did not take all 4 of them. I only took 2, so that way other collectors had a chance to, get their hands on them as well. But this one's really popular, and somehow this display had 4 of them, which, to be honest, for 1 or 2 E-cases, I don't understand how you have 4 of this Nissan car put out, because I think it was E-case, someone had mentioned that you only see one of the GTR Skyline Godzilla cars per case. Actually, per case. So yeah, I found 4 of them at this display thing when I was at that display. Looks really nice. Now I will say something. Kind of wish they detailed the headlights on this R33, but besides that, it does look really nice out of the packaging. I do actually have an extra one of this as well, unopened. So yeah, I do have an extra one of this as well. I don't know what I plan on doing with it. Maybe when my birthday comes around this year, I'll do another birthday special giveaway type thing. I can't confirm that'll be happening, but there's a possibility it could happen. Again, it just depends on, the funds for shipping stuff. Check out this beauty. Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe in Gulf Racing in a light blue color. Now, I'm not a huge fan of just this casting. I like a lot of diecast cars in Gulf Racing colors, and this is a really beautiful one. This is definitely a beautiful one from Hot Wheels. I mean, the light blue and the Gulf Racing, the orange stripe down the middle, and all the other details and decals on this casting from Hot Wheels is just really nicely done. I don't have like a top, 10 favorite Hot Wheels cars ever in my collection kind of thing, but this would probably be in my top like 20 for sure. And yeah, there's a spare tire back there as well. All right, next up. Oh man, I have been waiting so long to get my hands on this one. Check out this beauty. The Cadillac Project GTP Hypercar. Basically, this is Cadillac's newest Le Mans race car, and unfortunately, once I get my hands on a Mini GT version, it puts this one to shame. I'm sorry, but if you get a Mini GT version of this, they're going to put like all the racing numbers, decals, and everything on there. Now, the downside is with all of that happening for the Mini GT version, you're going to be spending like way more than $10 on that casting, but it'll be so worth it. The Mini GT version of this Cadillac will be so worth it. I mean, sure, this is the cheaper version because it's Hot Wheels and it's only like $1.20, well, close to $1.20 plus tax, depending on what store you find these at. But yeah, I'm really glad I got it. I actually have a second one of these, just for some rainy day way down the road if I want to do like some future giveaway or future trade type thing. But here it is fully open. I mean, this Cadillac is really, really cool looking. It's really clean. I mean, Hot Wheels did a great job on this casting. Because it's not a premium, that's probably why they didn't put as many decals and sponsors and stuff like that on there. But otherwise, this Cadillac is really nice. And actually, it's kind of heavy. This one's pretty heavy. May actually have a chance of being my new fastest car down my 6-lane Hot Wheels truck. I do plan on doing some racing live streams again on my channel. So yeah, next up is the leap year car. There was probably about 3 to 5 of these in that display thing. And actually, I was lucky enough to be first to that display at the Walmart store yesterday. However, unfortunately, like I did mention, that Fiat was not the Super Treasure Hunt version. It was the main of the Super. And then on a lot of these other channels, not every single channel, but like I think 2 channels supposedly have found like 2 of that Fiat 500D modified Super Treasure Hunt from that new Hot Wheels display. And it's like, that's kind of lucky in a way, because it's like mine only had 1. The display for that 2024 E-Case cars had 1 Fiat 500D and not a second one at all whatsoever. They doubled up on the Mercedes because there was 2 or 4 red Mercedes. So that probably explains why there was only 1 Fiat in that display then. Check out the leap year car. I normally don't do fantasies, but this one's actually pretty decent. Now, this is not a Super Treasure Hunt. I know it's a leap year car per se, but it's like, just because it's a leap year car and it's a fantasy casting doesn't really mean it's going to be worth like a huge amount of money. And again, I don't resell anything in my collection. And yeah, this one's pretty cool actually for a fantasy leap year car. It's not bad at all. Hot Wheels did a pretty decent job on this one. You can actually see the engine. Yeah, the Roger Dodger, actually, a few years ago, they did make a Super Treasure Hunt version of it, and that one was black. So, yeah. Oh, that's cool. This is actually my first Roger Dodger in my collection. If you guys didn't know that, this is actually a first in my collection. This Roger Dodger is my first Roger Dodger casting in my collection. Because I think about, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, I was at a King Superstore with the chance for that Roger Dodger 8-ball Super Treasure Hunt one, and I was seeing them like have all these Hot Wheels boxes there, and it's like I was asking like can I help open those or whatever, and it's like the person said no, and it's like every time I've wanted to open cases, I pretty much get rejected almost like 90 to 100% of the time. For those of you who I see you doing your opening cases videos, you're actually lucky. In my area, I rarely get to open a single case actually. And well, to be honest, the only time I can't really say it, so never mind. But yeah, I can't really open cases like at any store when there's Kroger brand stores like King Supers, etc., from their company, or Target. Although to be honest, I've never really been lucky enough to run into a unopened case at Target. But a few weeks ago, or I think at the end of last year, like the very early months of this year, like January, February of this year, like end of December last year, I ran across a open case of Hot Wheels cars at a Target store. There was no Super Treasure Hunt in there, unfortunately. It was the Q case cars, so the Datsun 510 would not have been the Super Treasure Hunt, it would have been that Volvo wagon, and I already have one of those Volvo wagons opened in my collection, and I've run into a bunch of them, and every time I see that Volvo wagon, it's never been a Super for me. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. Let's see, which one do I open next? Well, yeah, I'm opening this. And the bizarre thing is there was only one, you're hearing this right for me, one of this Aston Martin movie car from 2024 E-Case in that Hot Wheels display at the Walmart store that I was first to yesterday. They had only one of this Aston Martin in that entire display. They had a bunch of the other cars. They had like 4 of that Godzilla R33 Skylines, 4 of the Cadillac GTP race cars, about 2 or 4 of the Shelby Daytona Cobra Coupes in the Gulf Racing liveries. They had only 2 of this one, actually, surprisingly. They had 2 of this Pontiac, and I don't understand why, but they had only 2 of them in that display. And they had probably about like 3 to 5 of the red Civics. And I already have one, actually, because I got one from 2024 Diecast at a Target store a few weeks ago. But with that all aside, let's open this beautiful 1963 Aston Martin DB5. And actually, all of these cards seem to be opening a lot quicker. When I've opened Hot Wheels Matchbox cards previously on other live streams, they take a little bit longer to open. But check out the beautiful DB5 from Hot Wheels, fully opened. It's a really nice silver gray color. I'm not entirely sure what the color is, but it's like a silver gray color. It's not Zamax silver, because that would be really shiny, a lot more shiny than this color. But yeah, this DB5 is really nice and cool. I may or may not have the first release of this, because this one came out in 2013 or 2014. Because underneath it says 2013 Mattel. So if it says 2013, then it came out in 2014. So I may or may not actually have the other version of this one when it first came out. Now to open probably the most interesting casting of this live stream is the Pontiac Aztec Custom. This is actually a custom racing SUV. I'm trying to find that hat and glasses in here, because if you look carefully enough, you can see like a hat and glasses back there. I do see the hat already, but I don't see the glasses. I do see. Oh, they're back there. I actually do see the hat and the glasses. Never mind. Yeah, the Breaking Bad, Walter White's hat and glasses are like at the very end, like in the trunk area of this custom Pontiac. Wow, I didn't realize that till now. But yeah, they're definitely in there, all right. You do actually see the hat and glasses. They're just molded into the casting, so that's why you got to look carefully back there. But here's the Pontiac Aztec Custom SUV, fully opened from the card. So yeah, those are all the 8 cars that I was going to open in this live stream, and all 8 of them are fully opened right now. So the rest of the live stream is pretty much for free talk about diecast car topics of any kind. The only thing I will like to mention before I go into the diecast car chat stuff is if anyone asks like favorite stuff, please be aware that that's going to be really challenging or difficult for me to answer because I don't have like a favorite Hot Wheels car or Matchbox car like ever in my collection kind of thing. And I'm talking about the mainline cars, not the chase car ones or the supers or like the premium chases. So yeah, that's kind of hard for me. Aces High Hobbies, I already know what your favorite Hot Wheels car is. Isn't it that McLaren F1 GTR race car? Because they're actually making mini GT versions of it, which will probably look better than the Hot Wheels premium one from the Gulf Racing series because they already have a few different McLaren F1 GTRs. Huh. Oh, that was someone else. Yeah, not you. It was someone else's. But that's a very unique choice. I will say this, the Honda City Turbo 2 from Hot Wheels is actually I'm not saying it's ugly, it's just a very unique casting from Hot Wheels. But it's an acquired taste for, like other collectors because it's like I'm not hugely into the JDM cars. I mean, I'm sorry if that, upsets or hurts anyone's, but I'm not hugely into the JDM Hot Wheels cars, and the unfortunate reason is because they get picked through so much in my areas at Walmart, Target, and other stores. So it's like, I'm not saying I despise them, but JDM is, there's some really cool JDM Hot Wheels cars in there, but to be honest, for me, it's like I don't have anything wrong to say about those cars. It's just that they're really hard to come by. So I should have rephrased that. Instead of saying I don't like them, they're just hard to come by. All the JDM Hot Wheels cars in my areas get put through really quickly, and yeah, and I'm talking about like the premium ones more than the basic mainline car ones. But again, it's because there's so many collectors in my areas, so that's why I get very slim pickings for like JDM, Hot Wheels, Matchbox, premium brands, Johnny Lightning, Autoworld, etc. And actually, speaking of Autoworld, they're supposedly coming back to Walmart stores this year. Unfortunately, the Walmart stores I've been to recently have no zero Autoworld cars. Yeah, you heard that right. 0 Autoworld cars. And if you're watching this, Chris from Hunting Hot Wheels International, I don't know how to say this, but you're kind of a little bit lucky in a way that your Walmart store did actually get Autoworld cars back at the one that you went to in one of your previous videos, because my local one, well, the one Walmart store I've been to most recently has 0 Autoworld cars still. I don't know if that's true for the other ones in my area, but yeah, the one Walmart store I went to had 0 Autoworld cars, and yeah, that's just bizarre because I'm not sure how to word this exactly, but it's not really up to the stores of when they get the stock in, because when you think about it this way, you have to wait for the products to come in from a boat onto a truck in the loading docks and then everything else, and then a few weeks or so later they're finally at the stores that sell all those diecast cars, because Walmart's not the only store that sells Autoworld cars. Target does, Hobby Lobby does. There's probably special diecast car shops or like flea markets or antique malls that sell Autoworld cars as well. They may not get the newer Autoworld releases unless like people trade or sell them there to those kind of stores. But again, like I'm saying, I don't resell anything from my collection ever. If I was to get rid of stuff from my collection, I'd trade it more than sell it in a way. But yeah, if there's no other like questions or diecast car topics that you want to talk with me about, then I'll probably just end the live stream right now. But if you have questions or like other diecast car topics you want to talk about, feel free to do that for the rest of the chat. That's pretty cool. And actually, last year I found 0 super treasure hunts. Well, technically I found 1, but I was late to it, and it was the Porsche 935 in blue. Colorado Diecast actually had one, and I was about to ask how much they wanted for it, but unfortunately, kind of missed my chance. So I'm kind of regretting that in a way. I'm talking about a different super treasure hunt. I'm talking about the Porsche 935 blue super treasure hunt, because Colorado Diecast had one, and like I just mentioned a few seconds ago, or about a minute ago, I missed my chance on that beautiful blue Porsche super treasure hunt. Yeah, the 935 super treasure hunt in blue with the double gold rims. That is weird, actually. But people are saying, not all channels, but a few channels are saying you can actually find the previous case super in the next case. And Aces High Hobby, you kind of rest your case on that there. I mean, whoever said that, they're not wrong. You're probably not the first person to actually come across that happening. But actually, when I had a chance for that Porsche 935 Super Treasure Hunt, it was in a dump bin buried at the very, very, very bottom, like on the left or right sides of it, not like the center middle parts of it, but like the sides, like instead of like this way, it was like on this thing, like over here at the very bottom, and you would literally have to like dig a few cars out just to even get to it. Well, to be honest, that Datsun 510 Martin, whether it's the Super or not, is actually a really popular casting from last year. So, unfortunately, I kind of can't. I don't really know what to say on that, because technically that is a bit weird that it didn't have the 510 in there. There is a chance that both 510s, if they were to be in that other case you had open, were both the Super Treasure Hunt, and maybe someone was a bit, box happy or case happy and decided to take them or something. Or whoever, like put the cars in that case, they forgot to put those cars in there. Again, I'm just making up a bunch of different reasons for what could have happened on that. But yeah, that is very bizarre and odd. Because even if there's not a super treasure hunt in there, they should have at least 1 or 2 of the would-be super in that case. So yeah. Well, if there's no diecast car questions for me, or fun, cool, exciting diecast car topics, or what you found recently, Aces High Hobby, then I'm probably gonna end the live stream right about now, actually. Because I had another live stream planned today, supposedly, because it's a bit different than the stuff I'm doing right now. My other live stream was going to be a bit different than this one. It's not Toy Car Baseball, actually. It's a completely different diecast cars live stream, and it's about a different topic of diecast cars as well, actually. But it's going to be a really fun and good one, because I'm just going to say that it's something special. Not special as in Super Treasure Hunt special, but it's definitely a special diecast cars live stream, because I've never done one this way that I'm about to, actually. Because it does feature really cool, unique Hot Wheels cars. It's Hot Wheels only cars, actually, by the way. And it's not premiums, it's not basic cars, it's actually something different. It's not chase cars either from Hot Wheels, it's not mystery models from Hot Wheels, it's actually something else. And you kind of sort of mentioned it actually in the chat mode too. It's a live stream focused solely on treasure hunt cars from Hot Wheels. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to say about the next live stream that I'm planning on doing. It may have to wait till tomorrow, because I kind of wanted to call it like a treasure hunt live stream kind of thing, and it's like, well, Thursday would make more sense, because it's like Treasure Hunt Thursday kind of makes more sense than, a Treasure Hunt Wednesday one. Or I could call it Wow Wednesday live stream instead, but I'll have to think about it, because it's a completely different live stream for me, and I'm not really sure how that chat and stuff and the live stream would go, because it's completely different and it's a brand new one. It would be a first live stream, like a brand new live stream for my channel actually, where I showed like just treasure hunts only diecast cars in that separate live stream. Not this live stream, but a separate one. Well, anyways, that's it for this live stream. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching, joining, stopping by, all of that good stuff. And gonna end with two things. Don't compare your collection to other collections, because then you'll spend too much money and possibly go broke trying to do that. My advice is please do not, do that, because then there's, how do I say this? You may or may not, depending on what kind of, collector you are, feel jealous, or like you may not feel as happy once you buy all of that stuff. And it's like, wow, why did I spend all this money to get all these cars when it's like I'm not going to open a majority of these super treasure hunt type cars? And it's like, for the main lines, it's like, if you like only Japanese cars and not American cars, then yeah. Exactly, Aces High Hobby. Collect what you like. And it's like, for me, I mean, I do like the JDM cars, but like I said earlier, I shouldn't have said I don't like them at all. It's just that they're really hard to come by in my areas, because there are so many JDM collectors in my areas. I barely get time to find any of the good JDM cars at Walmart, Target, or Kroger brand stores, which in my area is really called King Supers, not Fry's or other store of the Kroger brand stores. Well, that's officially it. Collect what you like, enjoy. Collect what brings you happiness or makes you happy. Even though there's the saying or expression, money can't buy you happiness, buying those toy cars from Hot Wheels, Matchbox, etc., well, toy cars, diecast cars, whichever way you want to say them as, does actually make you happy when you think about it. Because if you don't take each day as a win for diecast car collecting, and you're only out finding the super treasure hunt or treasure hunt type cars, you're not really a true diecast car collector. You're just one of those who wants the two hardest to find cars from the case. And in my honest opinion, that's not really the sign of a collector. That's just someone who wants the really hard to find stuff, and they're probably just some reseller scalper kind of person. I don't like using the term scalper, but in a way it's like you just want all the really two good cars from the case only, and you don't care about the other cars. That's not a true collector, if you ask me, in my opinion. But again, we're all entitled to our own opinions, but that's just my opinion on that. And that's why I take each day as a win, because it's like those castings from 2024 E-Case, I was happy I found them. And it's like, that was kind of my Hot Wheels win for that day, in a way, kind of thing, because it's like, I'm not expecting to find a super all the time, because I know I get beaten to a majority of them every single time I go to a store, any store I go to. Unless it's like those specialty shops like Collider Diecast, Cubby All Collectible, A&J Toys, and a few others that I probably forgot names of. Oh yeah, House of Cars is another one. But yeah, going to diecast car shops that focus on that and nothing else, you're not really peg hunting anymore. You're just hunting at, like, a really expensive high-end diecast car shop at that point. Well, that's officially it for this live stream. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching and stopping by, and I'll see you all next time, maybe later today or not too long from now, for a toy car baseball live stream or the treasure hunts one. I'll have to think about when I do the treasure hunt diecast cars live stream, because it's going to be super quick, because none of those cars will be open, because a lot of them are not easy to find, actually. Even though some are fantasy cars and some aren't, it's still going to be a unique live stream for me. Bye now, and have a great rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you all next time. Laters.